We are currently putting together the Washington Commanders schedule week by week, piece by piece. We've now found out our official first primetime game of the season, week 2, Thursday night football at Lambeau Field to play against the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love versus Jaden Daniels in the first Thursday night game of the season on Prime. Let's talk about it. Per Ozzy NFL, who is 100% from the field on his leaks on the schedule so far. They have the Washington Commanders traveling up to the historic Lambeau Field in week 2 of the NFL season to play the Green Bay Packers. So in summary so far, what we've got on the Washington Commanders schedule is we've got week 1 at home versus the New York Giants, most likely a 1 p.m. kick. I see no reason for a 4:25 or a primetime slot. Week 2, Thursday night football at Green Bay. Week, 16, December 20th versus the Eagles at home. And week 11 at Santiago Bernabeu Stadium in Spain against the Miami Dolphins. So counting the Spain game, the Saturday game versus the Eagles, and the Packers, that's 3 standalone games so far. Technically, this is our only primetime game that's been announced so far, but when we play the Eagles, we will be the only team with eyes on us when we play at that time. There will be no other games at that time. And when we play the Dolphins on November 16th, the morning of, there will be no other games. So that is 3 games where the entire world will have their eyes laid on Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. The Packers were a 6-3 home team last year. A healthy Jordan Love is a baller, over 30 touchdowns in his first season as a starter, 25-11, despite the injury he sustained in Brazil in week 1 versus the Philadelphia Eagles last year. Josh Jacobs was a huge addition to the Packers. I know personally because he was my fantasy running back last year, over 1,300 yards and 15 touchdowns. You better learn how to stop the run when you play against the Packers, but they fell to their demise came because their injuries at the receiver position. All of their receivers were dying off. It was like the body bag game watching them play against the Eagles. Jordan Love was out that bitch throwing it to me at some point, ended up with no touchdowns and 3 interceptions in a game where the Eagles actually looked vulnerable, but Jordan Love and company just didn't have the firepower to get it done. One of the greatest divisions in NFL history was the NFC North last year. The Bears, that logo you see hanging and watching over ours at the top of the screen, the Bears were the only ass team in that division last year. The Lions won 15 games, were the number 1 seed. The Vikings won 14 games. They just got bounced in the first round of the playoff. And the Packers won 11 games. That's a lot of wins coming out of one division. And Washington happens to play all the teams in that division this year. We got the Vikings, we got the Packers, we got the Bears, and we got the Lions on the schedule. So things get a little stiffer. Things get a little tougher for the Commanders in year 2. So we're coming into Green Bay 1-0 because we're beating the fucking New York Giants. I refuse to have a conversation about anything otherwise. Lord Brunson's already picking us to lose versus the Giants, but you know what time it is with Eagles fans. You know they wake up in the morning, don't even get the crust out of their eyes and think about Jaden Daniels and our football team. You would think a team would be a little bit more secure coming off a Super Bowl victory, but let's stay on topic. Let me keep this shit on the track. This is going to be fun. This is actually a good Thursday night game. This is 2 evenly matched teams. The Packers are just as dangerous as us in the NFC. They add Matthew Golden. They add Savion Williams, another lineman, and Anthony Belton, Mecole Hardman to their committee of complimentary receivers over there with Dontavius Wicks, with Jaden Reed, with Christian Watson, who's always hurt. Now Matthew Golden, Mecole Hardman, Savion Williams. They got a whole crew of receivers. We already know what Josh Jacobs do, and they got a pretty gritty defense as well. Like I said, they were 6-3 at home last year. Here is my overarching takeaway from us playing week 2 at Thursday Night Football. Thank you, football lords. Thank you, football gods. We have ducked the frozen tundra smoke. They called the Lambeau Field the frozen tundra when it hits December and January because you're playing at below freezing conditions. We get to play in Wisconsin when it's actually still normal outside. The sun may actually come out that day and it's not bone chilling cold outside. We get to avoid that smoke because there was a possibility that we played them on Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, we're going to talk about the rumors for Christmas in just a second. I don't want to speak on it too soon because I want to see it reported first. But ducking the Packers in the month of December or January, that's fire. Playing them in September, I'm all here for it. So before we talk about this Christmas rumor, one more time, week 1 at home versus Malik Neighbors and the New York Giants and whatever the fuck quarterback they plan on rolling out. Week 2, Thursday night football on Jeff Bezos' app at Lambeau Field versus the Green Bay Packers. Week 11, International JD5 debut, hashtag JD5 game at the Miami Dolphins in Santiago Bernabeu Stadium in Madrid, Spain. And week 16 so far at home, Northwest Stadium versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm guessing that's going to be a 4:25 or 4:30 kick. 3 standalone games so far. Kevin Sheehan, he thinks that we're playing the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day at home. That would be fire. I imagine that would be the Netflix game. So that would be something. We're not playing on Thanksgiving this year because we got the Lions at home, so that's out. The Cowboys are playing the Chiefs on Thanksgiving, and the night game is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Rams. So, but let's see. Kevin Sheehan. Let's look at Kevin Sheehan's timeline real quick. Let me pull it up. Kevin Sheehan is a little bit in the know. I would wait till we hear it from an official source, but Kevin Sheehan knows things. He hears things. I told y'all we're going to know the whole schedule by the time we get at 8 tonight. I'm going to jigsaw puzzle piece video every bit of information that we get. So he called the Packers early in the season and a Monday Night Football at the Chiefs at some point. So he's saying we're getting the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. He said Thursday Night Football versus the Packers. They just announced it. Christmas Day versus the Cowboys at home on Netflix. Probably the first game at 1 p.m. might be 4:30. So word on the street, we're getting the Cowboys on Christmas Day on the Netflix special. Get your servers right. Get your latency issues correct. Cowboys, Commanders, Washington versus Dallas on Christmas Day would feed generations. So make sure that shit is running smoothly. That shit was pristine on Christmas last year with the Mariah Carey intro, with the Beyonce Bowl, etc. So make sure that thing is running right. But he's saying Monday night versus the Chiefs, Christmas Day versus the Cowboys. Remember, them prime time and them standalone games are running deep, man. That's the world we're living in now. Everybody wants a piece and everybody wants to lay their eyes and behold on Jaden Daniels and company. So don't get used to that 1 o'clock kick that we start the season with. You know, they grooved us a pitch to start the year, but we are going to be playing some good teams on some big time spots. We will not be doing Turkey Day. I'm going to imagine our bye week comes after week 11 when we play the Dolphins in Spain. And per Kevin Sheehan, Netflix Christmas game versus Dallas, Monday night game versus the Chiefs. When those things are confirmed by anybody, I will be right back here showing my ugly mug and telling the folks what the business is. Let's get it. Thursday night football confirmed versus the Green Bay Packers for week 2. As the jigsaw pieces come out, you'll hear it from me first. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Talk soon. Let's get it.